A very good morning to all our family members from Sports Today. The FIFA World Cup just ended about 6-7 hours ago, but there was plenty of action. England thrashing Iran 6-2, Iran not wanting to sing the national anthem, and also the USA-Wales game ended 1-1. But for the USA, the son of George Weah, the former Liberian president, as well as a footballing great, his son Timothy Weah, managed to do USA very proud indeed. At the same time, you also had Netherlands continuing an 84-year magnificent record, winning their opening game, beating African champions Senegal. But apart from that, in the FIFA World Cup today, there was plenty of action even off the field. As I had said in the previous edition of the Morning Grab, there were fan troubles even in Qatar when they had to line up for alcohol. There was almost a riot-like situation. Well, the fan troubles in Qatar continue. The FIFA e-ticketing app crashed, and because of that, 1,000 to 2,000 fans could not attend the England versus Iran game. There were plenty of empty seats in that stadium. Why? Because the e-ticketing app of FIFA crashed, and because of that, many of them just could not get into the stadium. FIFA had to issue a statement saying that they were working on it, because the unprecedented sale of tickets and the network connectivity issues that are there in Qatar resulted in this problem. But at the same time, there is also this picture wherein there are fans at the stadium. You may all wonder, why is this photo very important? Well, there are also plenty of empty seats as well. The announcers in every game somehow, some way manage to miscalculate the number of people in attendance. They say that the stadium capacity is 40,000, but they announce it as 41,729. In one instance, it was 60,000, but they announced it 62,000. How and where they are making these kind of miscalculations is just beyond anyone. Do the stadium authorities not have a figure? Are ticketing prices and ticketing sales being just overestimated? What is really happening in the backdrop when it comes to the Qatar World Cup? It's just staggering, because as we had said, the build-up to the FIFA World Cup was controversial. The action on the field has been alright. Yesterday, an 8-goal thriller, although not a thriller, but it was an 8-goal thrashing, 6-2 in favor of England. But the Senegal-Netherlands game produced plenty of good action-packed football, although one individual played against the injury protocols that were in place. Who's caring about the rules? Who's caring about the management here? Apparently no one. It's a free-for-all. There is a big development even in Indian football as well, as the CBI is apparently probing match-fixing angles, and this rot is only going to get deeper. We in Sports Today are going to do a detailed explainer on the match-fixing scandal that has rocked Indian football, especially in some games of the I-League, and also apparently, reportedly, some matches even in the ISL. Do stay tuned for that updated video when we do it. From football, let us shift our action to the world of cricket. Liam Livingstone, one of the members of England's T20 World Cup winning squad, has pulled out of the Big Bash League. Yes, Livingstone, who was one of the key members in the England team and also one of the most sought after players in the inaugural BBL draft, has decided to pull off, because the Melbourne Renegades franchise who had acquired him released a statement. They said that Livingstone is pulling out of the Big Bash League because of huge international cricket workload. That is the main reason why Livingstone has pulled out of the Big Bash League. This comes on the wake of David Willey also pulling out of the Big Bash League. He was picked for the Sydney Thunder. Are we going to see much more of these pullouts? It remains to be seen, because England will play against Pakistan, but many of the players are drafted even to the SA20 and the ILT20 as well. Which league gets priority? That will be the next big question. When one talks about women's cricket, there is a very important series coming up. India versus Australia, a 5-match T20I series. Remember, the Southern Stars are the queens of cricket. They have broken every single record that needs to be. T20 World Cup champion, ODI World Cup champions, Commonwealth Games gold medalist. So on this tour of India, they'll be without their talismanic leader Meg Lanning, who has taken an indefinite break from the game due to mental health reasons. So Alyssa Healy is going to captain the side. But who are the two new additions in the Australia team? Well, there is an 18-year-old teenage sensation called Phoebe Litchfield. Remember, Litchfield has been doing very, very well for the Sydney Thunder franchise in the Women's Big Bash League. And prior to that, there was big anticipation of her play as well. Along with that, there's also Kim Garth. Remember, Kim Garth represented Ireland, but she became eligible to play for Australia, and she's also been included in the squad for the 5-match T20I series. The big show, when things go wrong, they really go wrong. Glenn Maxwell, remember, is out for the entire summer when it comes to Australian cricket. And there is a big situation that he may not be available for the tour of India that's beginning in February. Why is that? He has highlighted that incident in a very graphic detail. Speaking to one of the news outlets in Australia, Glenn Maxwell said that on a wet synthetic grass in the background of his friend's house, what happened was he tried to chase someone very playfully, but he slipped. Unfortunately, his friend who was ahead of him, he slipped and he landed flush on Glenn Maxwell's leg. He mentioned it as, Maxwell mentioned it, that his leg was snapped in half. That is the gory detail of how he is outlined. And he said, I have done some very foolish things on the field, off the field, but this stops it. So unfortunately, Glenn Maxwell is in doubt for even the India series that will begin in February. That is the extent of the injury that's happened. Even ligaments have been ruptured. So it will really take time. He didn't sleep for 2 days because he was in unbelievable agony. So we all wish the big show a speedy recovery, but one hopes that whether this injury will not impact his cricket that much. Who next after Nicholas Pooran? Because remember, Nicholas Pooran stepped down from the T20I captaincy after a very poor result in the T20 World Cup. Remember, the two-time champions did not even make it to the Super 12s. So, who next after, you may say, Nicholas Pooran? Well, Rovman Powell is the T20I vice captain and he's expected to step up. And Shea Hope, who is the ODI captain, perhaps he may get a go, but that seems highly unlikely. Remember, Pooran took over from Kieron Pollard after the latter retired. Remember, West Indies do not play white ball cricket until March 2023. They are going to play 2 tests against Australia, but then after that, they are going to play a couple of, the players will play some franchisee cricket and then they will play South Africa, which will also include 2 tests and 3 ODIs as well. So, in a way, we end this morning grab with Sanju Samson. Many people are calling for Sanju Samson to be included in the 11 against New Zealand in Napier today. By the way, it's been raining in Napier and looks like the game could be impacted by rain. But if Sanju comes in, who does he replace? Well, Dinesh Karthik has given one major suggestion, and that is replace Surya Kumar Yadav with Sanju Samson. Is that a radical move? Because in the current Indian batting lineup, where do you fit Sanju Samson? You can either drop Rishabh Pant or you can either drop Ishan Kishan. But after one game seeing the left-handed opening duo, do you want to once again chop and change? Yes, India is not going to lose the series. But are you going to play Sanju Samson in place of Surya Kumar Yadav? Your only form batter in this team. As I had said, 111 of 51, the rest of the team 69 of 69 balls. Big difference. So whether Sanju Samson plays in the third T20I in Napier, it remains to be seen. We'll have an update in about 35 to 40 minutes about what is the situation. It is raining at the moment in Napier and one hopes that the rain stays away. Although prior to the game, there was no rain forecast, but the weather changed dramatically in Hawke's Bay. So we have to hope that the weather lets up and we get a game, the final T20I of the series. So that is about it from the morning grab. Remember, the FIFA World Cup action continues today. There will be 4 matches today, 3:30 to 6:30. There will be a big game. Argentina play their opening game today against Saudi Arabia, and all eyes will be on Lionel Messi. 36 unbeaten games heading into the FIFA World Cup. Can Argentina end 36 years of pain? We in Sports will bring you all those updates, but stay tuned for all the latest happenings in the world of sports. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.